What is going on, everyone? In today's video, I'll be doing my very first official Mortal Kombat 1 tier list. This is all my opinion, so yes, of course, people are going to disagree with me. Each character is going to be ranked with their best cameo, and I'll try to make sure to remember to shout out their best cameos during the video as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a Mortal Kombat tier list. As you can see, like Quan Chi, right here, he's obviously like not going to be put on the list at all because he hasn't been released yet. So that's how I'm going to order it. I don't believe there's any character below B. But yeah, with that said, let's get straight into it. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already as well. We are so close to hitting that 2,000 sub mark. We definitely want to try and hit that by the end of the year. And we are so close now. So if you enjoy the tier list, if you agree with me, or if you don't and you want to hate sub, do that. We're going to have Johnny Cage in S+. This character is plus frames of character. He has no projectiles, but always seems to be a threat even from full screen because he's got an 8-frame armored shadow kick. He has an invincible nut punch. Height meter is a big thing with him as well. Like with Sonya Blade, he's able to do like over 60% combos, I believe. He has really good synergy with Lao, so he has like one of the best projectiles in the game in a cameo. Yeah, he's just got meterless damage. His jump kick is the best jump kick in the game. He has a fair amount of like mix as well with the Lao hat, like forward 3 into low hat. I'm hardly blocking that because I'm so scared of eating the forward 3-4, like getting crumpled by the overhead. But yeah, he's just like a really strong, solid character. +3, 1-1, +3 forward 1, and then he's got a 9-frame mid as well. He's got a 6-frame down 1. Like, yeah, this character is ridiculous, man. I don't know how anyone loses with him. But yeah, he's just a ridiculously strong character. Alright, so I might get screened up for this one, but I do believe that Raiden is probably the second best character in the game. You all know that I'm probably the #1 Raiden hater in the world. This character is just ridiculous. So we'll start off. He has good synergy with multiple cameos. He has good synergy with Jax. He has good synergy with Lao. He has good synergy with Kano. I still think right now he has good synergy with Cyrax, because Cyrax just allows him to get a lot of meterless damage. He has like no gaps because Storm Cell is so fast that it's just a gapless like special move every single time he uses it. He can be plus on block after it with Cyrax or Kano or really any ambush cameo. In an ideal sequence for a Raiden player, you're eating about 25% chip and then he just goes into like forward 4-3 EX Storm Cell, which is really annoying because it is like -11 on block launcher with so much pushback that like I only know 2 characters that can punish it. That's Reptile and Johnny Cage. He has one of the best anti-airs in the game as well, as like stand 3-4 is such a good anti-air. He has ridiculous buttons. Poke into EX Storm Cell is really strong because after a poke you want to take your turn, but against this character you can't. He literally has like a poke 1 game where he can just poke into go into more buttons because you're so scared of getting launched by EX Storm Cell or just regular Storm Cell. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I hate the character so much, but I definitely think that he's up there. Alright, moving on, we're gonna have Kenshi. I think Kenshi is just good purely because of the ghosts. Without Sento, Kenshi would probably be like right down here. But because he has Sento, and he just gets like what seemingly infinite mix-ups on block that are plus and launch, that's what just makes him so good. The only rough part about him, like his only downside, is that he sucks in the balance stance and he sucks in Sento stance without the ghosts. But once he gets that touch with the freeze cameo, you are guessing for your life for the next 10 seconds after the combo's ended. He can still pull out Sento on block with Cyrax and Tremor, but that is risky because if you get armored through it once, then you lose your cameo and you're back playing base Kenshi, which isn't a really good character. But yeah, he's got really fast movement as well, like one of the best backdashes in the game, if not the best. So that's why you always get caught by like a Kenshi doing a fast backdash after a poke into back 2, into a freeze, into Sento, into guess for your life, into probably round over. But yeah, just super strong character. Like, he's just, don't get touched or you die. He is that character just all over. Alright, next up we're going to have Ashra. Ashura is like the bane of the Australian scene at the moment. Ashura has won like the past 2 tournaments, the past 2 majors. Specifically the offline majors. She's really good because I think NRS games, like, they value neutral, and she has some of the best neutral in the game. She has really high damage, she has really good synergy with multiple cameos, like Serena is a really big one right now. I still think that she's really good with Lao. She can be good with Sector, Goro, Scorpion, allowing her to give like throw combos as well. But yeah, super solid character. I think that the saving grace for her not being higher up is that forward 2 is a high. I think they learnt from Kodal and mk1, if you make a really far-reaching button a mid and like unreactable to most people, then that's kind of broke. Like, they learnt their lesson from Kodal and they decided to make it a high. Thank God. Otherwise, that would be so rough to deal with. I didn't even mention her overhead as well. Like, her overhead is kind of ridiculous. It's reactable, but you will eat it a few times in a set. Like, yeah, you just got to keep an eye out for the overhead and try not to get shimmied by the low as well, because they are both combo starters at the end of the day. All right, my last character that I have in S+ tier, which might be a shock to a few people, is actually this guy right here. And I believe that Liu Kang is up there, probably only because he has the best synergy with Lao cameo, and with Lao cameo being the strongest assist right now, I think that's why he's up here. He shits out damage. He has some of the best shimmy game in the entire roster. Forward 4-3 is the bane of my existence, because every time I try to like tech OS, which, if you don't know what a tech OS is, it's like if someone throws out a string and you try to cover throws as well, so you try to tech during it. So you have to let go of block, press a button to tech, and then block again. Forward 4-3 just eats that up, and then he gets easy confirms into, you can either do like meterless Kung Lao spin, or you can just go into enhanced flying kick and then start off your combos there. He can get Oki from each touch with the down back 4 teleport, which is the only invulnerable launching anti-air in this game, which a lot of people aren't talking about. He is literally invulnerable to jump attacks, which is what we wanted from mk1, which is really good, but only he has it. This dude literally made the timeline and made himself have the best anti-air. That's my top 5. I want to know what all you guys think, if that's a W or an L top 5. I think that's pretty solid, but I can see some people disagreeing with me, on the placement of Raiden and Liu Kang. Alright, in S, we're going to have the next 5 characters, and this is going to round out our top 10. I believe a character that is sitting in S tier that not a lot of people are talking about, and I can't find her for whatever reason, here she is Tanya. Like, she is... People say that, oh yeah, this guy, Kung Lao, he's broken back forward 2 armor. Nah, man. She's the bigger perpetrator in my eyes. Like, she has really good synergy with Goro and Striker cameo, being able to keep herself plus after her armor. Getting meterless conversions as well with those 2 characters after like a drill kick. I think that she has the best single string in the game in forward 2-1-1-2. Only 2 characters can punish it, and that is this dude and this girl right here. And it's stupid. Like, it even breaks Havoc's armor. Yeah. It's the best string in the game. It's essentially just like safe on everyone. She has a buff as well, which gives her a teleport, which also enhances the range of her forward 2, if you didn't know. I think the only downside to her, and the only reason that she isn't up here, is that she doesn't have that great synergy with the best cameo right now, which is Lao. Sure, she does have really good synergy with Goro and Striker, who are debatably second and third best cameo right now. But Lao is so strong that he carries Liu Kang to a higher placement in my eyes. And also, like, she doesn't do the greatest damage in the world. If you look at any of these characters, you are eating, a lot of damage, with the exception of Johnny, but all his stuff is meterless. But Tanya doesn't do that much damage, thank God, otherwise she would be a menace to deal with. So moving on, I'm going to put Sindel here. We've all seen Koizi play, we've all seen Sonic Fox play, and say that she's, like, up here. But I have yet to play against it myself. A good Sindel Lao player. I have yet to play it against myself. I've played against some really good Sindels. Shouts to Soul's Clue. He always makes me salty by playing Sindel. But he uses Sector or Sub-Zero instead. I've never seen him play Lao Cameo. The whole shtick behind Sindel is that she has the hard to blockables off of any touch. And she gets really good zoning with the Lao Cameo as well, so... And that gives her, like, easy hard to block setups, so if Lao ever gets nerfed, I think that she'll be put down here. But right now, she's here. She's a solid character, but Lao just takes her to new heights in my eyes. Geras is just... He's probably got the second best synergy with Lao right now, allowing him to just shit out damage on any touch. If you've seen, like, the teleport combos that he can do with his back forward one, essentially making it like a meterless launcher, that's really strong. He's got good... He has, like, a low launcher starter, but can make it plus with Kung Lao Cameo, like plus with the hat, which is ridiculous in my eyes. His forward 3, like his overhead kick, is really weird to punish. It's like -20, but he goes back like half screen. But the biggest thing about this dude is that he has 1-bar breakers that give you your health back. Like, they actually brought back that move from mk1 and made it super busted. So yeah, while he does have less health, throughout the match, he is gaining all that health back through his 1-bar breaker. Up next is going to be Smoke. My training partner in this game is actually a Smoke player, so I have a lot of experience against this character, and that's why I can comfortably say in this meta, he is like top 10. First of all, he has heaps of mind games off of his forward 3, like he can forward... Okay, well, I'll start off with his cancels, right? So all of his cancels are negative. So technically they're all gimmicks, but you just get so much mind games from them that it just makes him a better character. It makes him so much scarier in offense. Like he can just do forward 3 stagger all day until you poke out of it. Like, there's nothing else that you can really do. He has an overhead as well, which is reactable, but will catch you in neutral from time to time. I know that we've all been hit by a back to a neutral. He shits out damage as well. Like, for 1 bar, he can get easily 40%. He gets meterless launches with Lao Cameo as well. Really good synergy with Lao, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero as well. Just really good synergy with all those cameos. But the best thing about him, by far and wide, is his invisibility. Once this dude goes invisible, you are guessing for your life just as much as you are against Kenshi. So yeah, I think that's what makes Smoke like a really strong, interesting character. Smoke players just found the tech and got more comfortable while playing invisible. And I think that's why he's up here, because Smoke players are starting to get better. They're not dropping their cancels as much, and it is just infinitely scarier as a defender to play against this character. I think that Katana is up here purely because she has the best screen control in the game at the moment. Her fans do so much damage on hit, and you have to respect it. Especially if she's got Lao Cameo, then you just have to block all the fans that are coming towards you. But even without Lao Cameo, I use her with Sector, and I think that is actually a really strong, underrated team. Because it essentially gives you the respect of low hat, but you can also extend combos with it too. Like, you can get 1-1 into teleport punch conversion, so it's meterless launcher right there. You can get 2-4, 1-2 conversions with her into like her back forward 1 fan, and then have the missile hit and then continue your combo, leading to easy like 47% combos. She has one of like the best anti-air in the game as well. I think Stand 2 is such an incredible anti-air, and that's the only time that she really needs to spend meter is off her Stand 2 anti-air into like down back 3 EX. Apart from that, she just has meterless damage, and you can play pretty much any cameo that you want with her, and it just enhances her. So I genuinely think that she is the perfect made character because she doesn't need a cameo. She can choose a cameo depending on how she wants to play. And I think that's really strong in this game, and I think that's what they intended this game to be. So I think that she is the blueprint to every other character in this game. If they made every character sort of like Katana, where they gave them a full kit, and then just let the cameos enhance certain aspects of their kit, that would be a perfect game in my eyes. But that is really hard to do as well, so I think Katana's up here. I'm happy with that. So what do you think? Top 10, W or L? I'm going to be biased and say it's W. Alright, so we'll just rattle off 5 straight away. I reckon Reiko's here. I'm probably gonna put, yeah, we'll put Shang, Omni-Man, Xiao, and Baraka. So, Reiko is probably like the most annoying character to play, for me anyway, apart from Raiden. I hate playing against Reiko. The dude's just mad annoying to play against. And Liu Kang, I actually really hate playing against this dude. I don't know, man, like, he's just super annoying to play against. He, like, I don't want to sound like a whiny little bitch, but his projectiles are so fucking annoying to deal with. Like, yes, they're all highs. He needs to enhance them to be mids, but you can hardly jump over them to punish it. He has really good range on his, like, back three. All of his kick buttons, just for some reason, have really good range. Meterless conversions with the running knee. He's got a command grab. He's got a plus on block sweep. He has an overhead as well. That's really fast. He has a, I think it's his back two is like the spinning back fist. That's like +6 on block. So if he ever hits that on you, you have to respect what's coming next, and you have to guess between overhead, low, command grab, or mid. Like, you have to guess. And I think that's why he's there. He's just a glazer, dude. He just glazes this dude like so hard, it's actually kind of cringe. Shang. So Shang is like one of my day one mains with Reptile, but I haven't played Reptile that much lately, but Shang is like my dude. I recently made a full morph combo guide, so go check that out if you haven't already. It's like a 1 hour long video on how to do anywhere between 27 to 70% using the entire cast while morphing mid combo. So go check that out if you haven't already. I'm a believer in this character. I know that he's probably down here, but I am such a firm believer in the morph ability and his synergy with Lao that he can sit here. I mean, he's the only character in the game that can turn a bad matchup into an even matchup. And he can do that on the fly. And like, you know what? It's probably a better matchup at the end of the day for him because he gets a damage boost. He just really struggles to open people up. Like, you should not really ever get hit by Shang unless you do something punishable. If you get hit by this dude and he starts hitting you with like hard to blockables, or he morphs into you and starts hitting you with your own character but a lot more damage, that is on you. He is a character that has to think and that has to really outplay your opponent. And I think along with Kenshi, he is easily the hardest character to play. But yes, I am a firm believer in this character. He's so sick. I love his fatalities, all of his brutalities. Like, Shang is that dude, man. He is that dude. He is the Snake of Mortal Kombat, and I love it. We'll go over his strengths. So he has the parry. He has some of the best meterless damage in the game. Really good synergy with Lao cameo. He has a lot of like he doesn't have a lot of plus frames, but he's got plus frames on his 1-2. So that essentially gives him a good throw game, like strike throw game. He just struggles in the neutral. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel comfortable with him in the neutral. And it's hard to open people up because he has no real mix. Like, yes, he has an overhead, but the overhead is reactable. Although it is a weird animation, it's still reactable and it's mad unsafe on block. Which, I don't know why he has that when Reiko has a safe, fast overhead. It's just ridiculous to me. Especially when this dude, Baraka's got a safe, fast overhead launcher. Like, his is reactable at least, but damn. Why'd they have to do Omni-Man like that? But he doesn't get any bullshit stuff like throw combos like this, like a lot of these characters do. He doesn't get throw combos, he doesn't get armor combos. Like, he's still like a super solid, strong character, but I do believe that he struggles in the meta of this game a little bit. Now, Xiao is honestly the mix machine of this game. He's got overhead low starters in both his axe and axeless form. Axeless Xiao is probably like the least knowledge that I have on any character in this game. Once he has that axe down, it is party time for Xiao, really. That dude just goes swinging on you and you are blocking and guessing for your life because he is just like, he's plus as well off his main string, which I think is 224. But even with the axe, like Stand 2 has incredible range. He's got the overhead and the low to open people up. Yes, they are committal, but the fact that it's there is really good. He has really good synergy with Lao. I see a lot of people using him with sub as well to really help out his neutral. I just think he struggles a bit with damage, and I think that he struggles really hard from full screen. And the fact that his armor is a high and whiffs on a lot of like meaty pokes is really bad for him. But yeah, he can still win games. I mean, we saw a lot of people at ECT run around with him, and there was one, I can't remember the name of the guy, but gave Sonic Fox a really hard run, so obviously a very good character still. A lot of people would say that he was top 5 until the nerf. I would have said that he was probably around here, like top 10, maybe. But with the nerf, yeah, after they took his ridiculous... It was ridiculous that he was hitting 50% B&Bs. After that, yeah, he kind of got nerfed. Especially like Cyrax nerf really hurt him a lot. But now he's found a new best friend in Striker. So Tarkut and the Pig are a really good team now. And we did see Tekken Master just win a major tournament, a major Pro Comp tournament with that team. Like hardly any games dropped. Purely because I think Tekken Master is ridiculous. Yeah, the dude's got like back 3, which is armor breaking mid-low that looks like an overhead for whatever reason. Like I mentioned earlier, he's got an overhead while a bit like on the slower side. Will catch people out and it launches and it's completely safe on block. Stand 2-1 is some of the best buttons in the game. His back 1, which I think is his low starter, has really good range as well. His down 4 is ridiculous. Not as ridiculous as like Havoc or Reiko, but still ridiculous. His damage is on a bit of a low side now. I mean, he had his run in the top 10. Still obviously a very good character now. But yeah, he doesn't have what he used to have before. That is my top 15. I'll name a few more to go off that belong in this tier. Because I think, I didn't say this at the start as well, but S plus is going to be top 10, top 5. Then it's going to be top 10. This is going to be filler, and this is going to be bottom 5 down here. Alright, so I think that Kung Lao is here because he is back forward to Armored Launcher, the character. Like I said, I think that she's flying a bit under the radar because, yes, like, these two just go hand in hand in my eyes. Like, they are the same character, but she is better. Like, the Crackhead Lao has definitely returned in this game from MK11, and Goro just helps him that much as well. He also has really good synergy with Lao Cameo as well, which, of course, like, double team Lao. There are some Lao players out there that really love that. Carl. But I think the thing that brings him back is that without any resources, he's actually really fucking bad, hey? Like, he's actually a horrible character without having any bar to spend anything on. And while, yes, he can build it by whiffing dive kicks full screen, I don't think that's a good way to play. And his projectiles also have a cooldown. You have to wait for the hat to come back. I think that is a really big weakness that a lot of people are overlooking. With Mita, he is definitely a menace to play against. Easily, like, for sure, one of the most annoying characters to play against. Yeah, he's actually not that great. I think he just suffers from being one of the worst characters without any meter, and his buttons are just trash. Up next, I'm going to put Lee May. She is essentially, in my eyes, just like Johnny Cage Light, to be honest. She has mad plus frames. She actually has a fireball, great screen control with the lantern, and if you equip that with low hat, you basically have the full screen on lockdown and there's nothing that your opponent can do. She has a really fast overhead that is like pretty much unreactable. She's the only character that can full combo punish pokes, although really hard to do. It's still there in the game. I think that the only thing that's really holding her back is like her lack of like she just gets mashed on all the time. Like her down 4 is really great, but the rest of her buttons are super stubby as well. Yeah, she's like Xiao, like you just have no mid, so you just get mashed on all the time, so you have to poke and jail your opponent. But your only good poke is down 4, which knocks them away, which makes it a little bit harder to jail them. But look, we've all seen Lee May players get like 46, 47, 48% combo punishes from punishing a down 1 on block, which is kind of ridiculous. So still viable, still a good character, but she's also very meter intensive as well if she wants to pull off that damage. The next character that I'm going to put up, I reckon I'm going to put Rain here. Rain is kind of a character fallen from grace. Yes, he did win ECT, but after the Cyrax nerf, I have hardly ever seen a Rain player. He's still a good character in the sense that he has a launching overhead and he has a single hit confirmable low. So he's got the mix down on deck, but you just block low until you react to the overhead. The only issue with the overhead is that he can actually cancel it into a throw, which is kind of dumb, but you know, I guess his character needs other ways to open you up. He has one of the most annoying armors in the game to punish because the range on it just leaves him Like, he can leave him really far away, but if you have a range player that just likes to do armor into Scorpion or armor into Striker to try and get a combo from it, then yeah, the game's pretty much done because like they can't actually keep themselves safe after doing it, unless they space it really, really well. But yeah, look, he's an all in all, he's a good character, gets good meterless damage. I just don't think that he really has the BS that a lot of these other characters do, and I think that's why he's down here. Like, all these characters have some sort of dirt to them, but he just really doesn't. He is where it starts to get honest. And speaking of honest, I think that Melina is actually a really honest character as well. So I'll go over like her pros before her cons. She has really high damage. Ball roll and neutral, as always, is such a good move to do because it's unreactable, and if you react to a fireball, you can just get under it, punish, full combo, nice and easy. She has a really fast overhead that is also safe on block and does a shit ton of damage, although you can't get anything from it. Yeah, it's still there. And she has like really good air conversions as well. Like, she's one of the only characters that can do like an air string to special, then another air string into like a grounded combo. So she's very unique in that sense. She generally does feel like her sister Katana, like a full open character, but she just lacks so much more in terms of offense because her 1-2 can be easily flawless blocked, making it safe to being extremely punishable. Yes, she can mix up the timing, like with Lao Hat. She can mix it up in a bunch of ways and make it safe, but the fact that that's there, that is a glaring problem, and I think that's why she's down here. And for some reason, her projectiles don't go full screen. Only if you enhance the low, it goes full screen and costs 1 bar. And the enhanced high ones are still highs. They're not mids, by the way, so you can still duck it. But even if you do decide to block it, you can just up block afterwards and full combo punishing her for spending 2 bars a meter. Like, that is actually ridiculous. I don't know why they made her like that. She just needs to have her projectiles go full screen. Maybe make the low projectiles and go super fast. Make it 1 bar still. And just make the high ones 1 bar, make them mid, and then have the option whether you can teleport to your opponent or not for an extra bar. If you can hit confirm that Psy hitting, you can teleport to your opponent and then you can get the combo going. That, like, if they had that, just that projectile buff, she would be top 15 easily. But the fact that her projectile game is so weak in a game where a lot of players are backing up, she's just not there. So if you can count, and if you just take away this Wule man right here, I'm getting to my bottom 5. I think I'm going to put Havoc here. Havoc is just a weird character. He's weird and he's bad. He has odd zoning. His armor is like 1 hit on like just raw, or 3 hits on enhance. He has extra health than everyone else. Like, he starts off the game with an advantage. Back 2 goes really far, although unsafe, with the grab ender, and also has an armored gap at the end. All of his like a lot of his strings are plus. Some of them can be uplocked at the end for a full combo punish though. He has really good synergy with Sub cameo, which I think Sub is actually still an underrated cameo. Like, he's super, super strong. But yeah, I think that he lacks in damage. Unless you're using the Striker cameo and you get a really big hit and you just hit them for like... I think I got hit with like 47-48% combos a few times by some Havoc players with Striker for a couple of bars. So he has damage in that sense, but that's super situational. He has Neck Snap as well, which is really good. The best down 4 in the game. Neck Snap obviously scales a bunch. I don't know, man. Like, I've played against so much Havocs. Like, there's so many Havoc players here in Australia, but I just don't feel like he's a good character. And next up is my old main, Reptile. He just has, like, he has the single best button in the game in back 3. You can't deny that. The best advancing low button, like, that is so strong. All the follow-ups have gaps though, which is really unfortunate. So if you go against anyone that has an armored launcher, you need to be careful, especially with these 2 that can make it like plus on block. He has a really good down 2, so really good anti-airs, good meterless damage, Really good synergy with Scorpion cameo, Sub-Zero cameo, and Striker. A lot of people now are starting to use Cyrax with him, so they're actually listening to Sonic Fox. I don't believe myself that Cyrax is his best cameo just yet. I still believe that it is Scorpion. And he also has like the hold back 2 cancel into the death roll, which is really nice for a good mix-up. Although technically reactable, it's hard to react to, and you'll eat it once in a set and you'll be like, alright, I need to look out for that because I will die to that. He has one of the fastest reversals as well with like a 10 frame dash, so... Look, all in all, it's a good character. He can definitely win in a lot of matchups and succeed. A lot of his stuff can just be gapped, can be armored through or flawless blocked to make it unsafe. I don't know why they designed him like that. Like, it's a very lazy design in my eyes. It feels like they were like, okay, we're going to put Reptile in this game. We're going to give him really good tools. We are going to make him really easy to defend against and really punishable. If you make Reptile a good character, everyone's just going to complain about it. But look, dude, it's Reptile. The dude needs to be great, man. He should be up here, but he's not. I'm not going to lie, he is probably one of the most fun characters to play, and I should probably play him for my next video. Go back and play a bit of Reptile, why not? Alright, so my bottom 3, I'm just going to put it out there. I think Natara is the worst character in the game. I want to kind of wrap this up quickly, but I'll just say that she has great air mobility. She has really, really high damage as well. She can combo off of her sweep, which no one else really can. She has a safe overhead as well, which is like super slow, but if you're not looking out for it, you will get caught by it. She just struggles with no mids, no projectiles. Blood Sacrifice is okay now, it's not bad anymore. And she's just unsafe on a lot of stuff, but she does have really good synergy with Lau, which that's still a save at the end of the day. Technically, she is the worst character in the game, but she can still win. We all saw what Deoxys did with her at ACT, sorry. Scorpion is like the dude of, I have no good mids, but I think he makes up for it with his neutral. We all saw what MK Javier did recently. He made top 3 with his character. Fantastic neutral, fantastic damage. One of the best anti-airs in my opinion in back 2. Spear is meterless now, thank God, because imagine if you had to spend meter on Spear, this character would be down here. But he gets meterless Spear back. He's got Hellfire, which yes is a low, but you can make it unblockable for that extra chip damage at the end. All around solid character, but he just struggles in the mid department, and I think that the way that everyone should play him is you should meterlessly launch your opponent with your cameo. You should end the combo with Hellfire after doing like a Spear, stand 3-3 Hellfire, and just strike throw your opponent for a mix. Try and open them up, because you can jail them after it. And because no one blocks against this character because they all want to jump all over the place or duck him because he's only highs, then that's your way of kind of beating people's shitty defense with Scorpion. MK Javier just did it by playing the most slipperiest game I've ever seen anyone play any Mortal Kombat. So props to him for making this character work and placing him so high. Now Sub-Zero is a very interesting one. This was going to be one of my mains when the game drops, but of course, like when the game dropped, you have all these other characters that you want to play. And you're just like, oh yay, like this game is so fun, blah blah blah. But by the time I finally got around to him, and when word got out that he got nerfed really hard from the beta, it was pretty heartbreaking because he was probably the most fun character in any MK game that I've ever played. Apart from like Spawn with Soul Forfeit, Sub-Zero and Kano in the beta was so great. Like, I'm so upset that everyone complained about him so much that he went from probably like being here in the beta, now he's like down here. Look, he's like, I genuinely think that he's still really good. He's got all the tools of a good character. It's just the fact that he lacks damage. Clone is mad punishable now, and his mid went from 12 frames to 15 frames. I think if they just revert him back to what he was in the beta, he would be here. He might even make a case for like top 10. But at the moment in this current meta, this is where it stands. So that is my tier list. Thank you all so much for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. So please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this, if it's a W or an L. Tier lists are just fun things to do, good for the community, and just good to open up discussion and be like, I think this character's worse off because, you know, try to be nice about it, but if you're not going to be nice about it, I don't really care. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.